Okay, in a draw, they're going first because they have the element of preparedness. Well, compared to you,
I
they're
have a
not going
persuade.
first
I have a
compared to...
persuade skill of 3. Can I persuade them to go last?
No, no, you can't. But the order does go Conard first because they've already had their action. They had an action before all of you did. Conard, they are. You could easily get to one of them and
Doesn't
attack.
this count as rough terrain since we're wading water?
No, this is only like a foot of water. It's okay.
Oh, I see.
It's not like snow.
Well, they're aiming guns at Conrad, yeah?
They won't shoot until you'll go though. There go though. They are aiming guns at you. They
But
haven't.
Conrad understands intent of dudes.
You definitely know this intent. They intend to shoot you.
How high is the overturned table? Chest high?
Yeah.
Alright, charge table, shove them against wall with table.
Good plan. Good plan. I'd like you to make me a athletics roll, please.
That's 2d6 plus...
Athletics strength? Do you have athletics strength? You
Uh,
have athletics though, don't you?
I have athletics endurance and 0 in athletics.
Yeah, just give me an athletics roll plus your strength modifier.
Oh,
What did you get?
13.
Okay,
I'm lucky, that's my third 11.
well done. Pretty much what you do
You squish them through the wall.
you just charge forward, like smash the table into them, and they just barrel over onto the ground. One of them has actually his weapon has flown out of his hand, and both of them are going to take damage from this because you've just clouted them.
Conrad.
Ouch. Okay, they both take damage from that.
Geriatric charge, ho!
So that is your action. They're both on the ground. They're both prone, which means they're harder to shoot, but I do believe they are easier to hit in melee.
Would Conrad not be on the other side of the desk now, so he is also in cover?
The desk has actually, gone over them.
Oh,
You basically made them do a flip in
You
midair.
basically bull rushed the desk,
that's alright.
clouted them to the ground, and the desk has gone over into the, further on into the room.
Fucking furniture.
It is now, a good old friend, Edwin.
Alright. With my movement, would I be able to get into the room?
What, into the room that Conard's in?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I would like to move into there.
You're into the room. You now see that there is no longer a table blocking your way between the two people who are now on the floor.
Okay. I wish to shoot at one of them with my shotgun.
Okay, make me a shotgun roll. 2d6 shotgun, adding the dex modifier. They are harder to hit because they are on the ground.
Okay, 9, no bonus from dex. So 9 in total.
9. That's
Yeah.
still a hit. Roll
Awesome.
me some damage.
46, yes?
Yes, please.
16.
16.
I think someone's going to turn into paste.
Basically, the man that you shoot, yeah, he's not moving anymore.
Okay. At this point, I'd wish to shout at the last one, either give up or you're going to end up like your friend.
Okay, you shout at him. Okay, that's fine. It goes round. It's his turn. We're going to roll to see if it's the man who has his gun or the man who doesn't have his gun.
I should have specified, shouldn't
It's
I?
the man who has his gun.
Uh,
But is the man who has his gun actually going to shoot you? He's going to try.
who?
He's trying to shoot you because
Yeah.
you are the more obvious threat.
But he's got a bulky man right next to him with a fucking sword.
Yeah, you got a shotgun.
He's got a sword!
He's just seen you.
He just did a flip and got scared.
Yeah,
he's not going to know who he's going to shoot.
He's just
at.
heard someone get pasted by a shotgun cartridge.
Okay.
He shoots. He misses, however.
Ah, this is a
And
plus.
hits Sheelan.
Ah!
It is.
Speaking of that, it is.
It hits the bucket.
Ding! It's Yalen's turn.
Bear in mind, something was thrown in that
know
room
to get
earlier.
out the corridor, but
Yeah,
you
I
probably
think I
should
need
get
to.
out
I
the
think I need.
corridor.
I think I need to enter the room.
And shut the door.
You enter the room
And shut the door.
and shut
Am I
the door.
able to attack the man?
Do you have an energy pistol in your hand?
I do.
Then
Well,
roll energy pistol. Energy pistols, I do believe, have a different range. I think they are under pistol, so you might not suffer.
I got an 8.
Yep, that's fine. You hit him. Roll for damage, and I will work out the damage of your... What tech level is your laser pistol?
Doesn't say. Just says laser pistol in brackets Catherine.
Ah, okay.
I don't know what laser. I don't know why. I don't think we discussed tech level when I bought it.
Well, there is a tech level 9. It's probably a tech level 9 one. 3d6. Your gun has no recoil.
Damn it.
What
A
did you get?
1, a 1, a 6, and a 1, 8.
8? Right. Well, you've shot him in the chest, and he cries out in pain. Drops his gun. His gun's let go of.
Yay.
He's let go of his gun now, just in sheer agony. Good old Michael.
Yep.
I'll let you have your go now. Sorry, you were meant to go before the dudes, but it's your go. Do you want to do anything? You've heard gunfire.
I did hear gunfire. I look around. I guess I see the dead guy's gun.
Yep, he has a pistol.
Okay, take the pistol.
Okay.
Go down the stairs, look around the corner, see what I can find.
See what you can find. Right.
See what I can see, basically.
You see what looks like some water, about a foot of water at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, dear God,
In
you're
the-
standing on a grenade.
In the distance, you see what looks like a combat happening. Seems
You
like
didn't shut the door.
seems like Edwin and Conard are fighting some people. You can't see the people, but they have guns drawn.
Okay. So what is with the grenade in the water?
You don't know there's a grenade in the water.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking at the water, like, why is there water?
Well, roll me a recon roll.
Okay.
Recon intelligence.
I don't have recon.
Okay, -3 to your roll then, plus your intelligence modifier.
What's his
Alright.
rocket jump skill?
I get +1 to my intelligence, so that's a -2. I rolled a 6, it's a 4.
You just see water. You don't
Okay.
see anything in it.
Well, still, it makes no sense that there's just randomly water.
Mhm.
So what I'm doing is, because the fucker shot me in the shoulder, as I go up the stairs, and I take the fucker who shot me in the shoulder, and I bring him down the stairs, and I throw him in the fucking water.
Wait, what?
Any particular method?
I throw him down the stairs. Throw him down the stairs into the water.
Sorry. Who's he thrown down the
You
stairs?
you've been
you
tending to
spiteful
this
fuck.
man. You've been tending to this man.
I didn't
and you
want to
just
tend
throw-
to him. Kiko made me tend to him. I was like, I check if the man survives. And normally, I was about to grab a pen. If the guy wakes up, grab a pen and just like ram it into his
Okay,
shoulder.
you throw him down the stairs.
Throw him down the stairs.
You've thrown him down the
Hey!
stairs. He is now in the water.
Does anything happen?
Is he face up or face
He's
down?
now in the water.
Face
So
up or
nothing-
face down?
Fuck's sake.
Nothing happens. He's now in the water.
Okay.
You
well,
guys hear a splash sound.
I'm just wondering what we think that the unconscious tied up guy just comes rolling
You
down the fucking
guys
stairs.
hear a splash sound from behind you.
Okay.
Damn.
Well,
As I said, is he face up or face down?
You don't know.
It doesn't matter. I step over the guy, and I head towards the combat.
You're
and I
heading
try-
towards the combat.
I
You,
try to
hope
check
you
out
haven't blown
what
up,
is.
heartless
I
fuck.
try to check out what is going on
you
there.
can't get that close to the combat. You're heading
okay.
towards the combat at the end of your move.
Oh, okay.
So it now goes all the way around. Conard. There is one man on the floor. He has been shot with a laser. He's dropped his gun. You could go up to him and stab him if you wanted.
How many men are dead?
There is
One.
one man who's not moving anymore.
So there's this other guy. Does he still have his
He's
gun?
still breathing.
He's dropped his gun, but he is still conscious.
Can Conrad subdue him in some way that will not make him die?
Let's have
Can he use the hilt of his sword to do
Yes,
some damage?
you
but
can
not
make
kill
it. You could take a negative. You're basically taking a small negative to hit your dice modifier because you're trying to deal non-lethal damage instead. But yeah, do it.
Yeah, sure. I want to break his arms.
Okay.
So So,
I want to subdue him in a non-lethal way. Let's break his arms.
well, he doesn't need the bones.
Break his firing arm first.
So that's what? Plus what?
It's your weapon skill plus your strength modifier plus 2d6, and I'm going to say -2.
Okay, so that's 4
Mm-hmm.
minus my strength modifier.
Mhm.
Gets negated. Plus 8, so 12.
12.
My weapon skill is 4. I rolled 8.
Yep.
His arm evaporates as you
Roll
break
me
it to pieces.
2d6. No, roll me 4d6 damage because it's a broadsword equivalent. So roll me 4d6 damage. Sorry. What do you get?
16.
16.
Would anyone like bone meal?
As I said,
You
arm
basically hit his which arm in particular? Is it his gun arm?
firing. Yeah, firing arm.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
just
you hit the
arm.
closest arm, you hear a snapping sound. He screams out and blacks out from the pain.
God damn it.
I remind myself why I'm friends with Conard in this movie.
You then realise what the you're out of combat now. You then realise what the thing I threw was, as smoke starts being emitted from the water. It was a smoke grenade.
I was hoping
Oh.
he'd get blown up.
It wasn't an explosive grenade.
Stop
You
farting.
do see as the smoke's coming out that the man that was left upstairs is now face up in the water, and Michael is there, heading
Can I-
towards you.
To quickly interject, now that I see it's a smoke grenade, can I, and then we can see where the smoke's coming from, can I cover it with the bucket?
Yes, you can cover it with the bucket.
Can we just put it in the cupboard?
Nice.
No, just cover it with the bucket.
Anyway,
Cover it with the bucket. You're
It'll
out
be a
of
nice
combat. now.
surprise. It'll be a nice surprise for someone.
You're out
anyway,
of combat.
Meanwhile, I'd like to take a look around the room that we were just having fights in.
Okay, this is what seems to be a meeting room.
Okay.
There's tables, one of which is just scattered a little further along. There are a few interfaces. One of them is broken. There's a general feeling and atmosphere of this being somewhat abandoned. There's dust around. This place hasn't been cleaned very much.
Okay. Are there any Is there any electronics that are actually functioning on at the moment?
No.
Okay.
There are 2 doors. There's one to the right and there's one straight on.
Okay, so we came in through one door and there's 2 more
No,
doors.
there's 2 other doors. There is the one
Okay.
door you came back in. There are 2 other unexplored doors.
Okay.
There is
And this-
also a ladder leading down.
Wouldn't that be submerged?
You don't know where the water came from in there. The water is in there, but it's not in this room. When you open the door, water just sort of spilled out.
Well, out of character, I'd assume that since it's a mine and they would not be carrying whatever they mined upstairs, it probably has to do with the heat being on, but some of the ice be entering an area that's still heated, so it just melts when it gets in there, and it's
There is
Sort of
a
flooded
ladder
as well.
leading down.
Okay. I'm also gonna take my usual thing of rifling through the dead corpse
Yeah,
or the corpses
there
in the
is
unconscious
nothing of any particular value on any of these save their guns and some ammo.
man. I'll take
One
the
of
guns and
them
ammo
is
just-
they're both unconscious. One of them is
kill all of them.
One of them is bleeding, the other has been shot by a laser and has blacked out from a pretty mangled, broken arm.
arm.
And there's the
looks
other
like
guy
Sam.
that's left in the water at the back.
I take the man out of the water and plop him in a. There's chairs in the meeting room, correct?
There are.
I plop him in a chair.
You prop him in a chair.
Okay. At this point, I was gonna say that I'd tie up the guy that we knocked out, but he's only got one arm left.
Yep.
Well, you can tie him up with
you
that.
could
it's
say
probably
he's a
loose enough.
one-armed bandit now.
He's armless. Yes. Tie up his legs at least.
Okay. There are 2 doors you've not yet looked in.
And there's also the other door in the behind.
There
us.
is the other door behind you, yes.
So remind me, there's a ladder going down, 2
There's a ladder
doors in
going
this
down.
room.
There's 2 doors in this room you haven't looked at.
And
And,
the
back in
previous
the
one in the
corridor, there is
corridor.
another door.
Could we look
like
at the
to check
one in
the
the
third
corridor?
door.
Yes.
Yeah, that was open, yeah.
You go into this room. This is a room that probably makes Michael's eyes light up. This is the security room.
Hmm.
There is a big computer here. It's on.
Okay. Would we be able to start looking through the security cameras?
If somebody wants to take control of the computers,
Michael?
I would take control of the computer.
make me a computer roll, please, adding your intelligence.
He's assuming direct control. Yeah.
Yes.
You had the same thing as me, Rufus.
It's like,
I feel less cool now.
let me just sort out my awesome
Rolled a
computer.
9. 9 plus 3 is 12.
Adding your intelligence?
Oh, it's 13 then.
Right, it does not take you long to crack the practically laughable security on this to give you full access to the systems. You have a wide variety of different options available to
I
you.
want to find out who runs this, who these people are, what is going on here.
Right, that does not take you long to find out. You scan through various pieces of data. You go past all the mining stuff, and then for a long time this place is left completely derelict. And then you find a new user has logged in called T. Julian. T. Julian is the new, after quite a while of being like abandoned and all the systems being shut down, a new user called T. Julian logs in, rigs up the security camera, because there wasn't originally a security camera at the front entrance.
Okay.
And basically you find that all the information that is now being logged is profits. Profits and like routes for patrols. You guess pirate-based patrols.
Would we be able to download this onto one of our computers or
Yes,
something?
it wouldn't be a problem at all to download it onto a computer.
I'll take that then.
You quickly determine that this is a small group of local pirates. This isn't any big, massive pirate ring. This is literally a small group of people working independently. They're profiteering off circumstantial appearances, like basically when people jump in using their jump drives, like immediately before they jump out and when they jump in they're vulnerable, and they've been taking advantage of that and attacking ships before they leave. They've also been taking care of a few intra-system ships as well. They do have a thing about Henningham.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It seems they have absolutely no idea what Henningham was looking for. But they did make a copy of his ship's computer records, which are being held by the T. Julian. They're being held by him. They are not on this system.
Right.
Something about could earn a pretty penny off.
Does it say anything about where this Julian guy is?
There is a schematic of the actual facility, or the bits that they have that they are controlling. If you want to look at that.
Of course.
I want to. Yeah, I want to know where we are.
Okay, you're in the security room. There's a very large facility, and most of it is not being used by them. Pretty much, it shows that they've basically caved in various parts that they don't want to use.
Okay.
The ladder leading down is to the mine itself,
Which they're not using.
which they are not using. But they haven't caved it in, but they're not using it. The door leading, straight on, leads to, quarters, and then beyond that, T. Julian's quarters. The room to the right is there's another storage room down a corridor, and then there's the armory.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is the armory locked?
If it's locked, it would not be difficult for you to open.
Oh, then I want to unlock the armory for us.
Make me another computer roll. This is easy for you. You've got such good access to this system, it's not hard to do.
Another 9, that's 13 again.
Easy. Pretty much, you've got such absolute control of the system that you could just you brute force the paltry security system and just open the armory.
Are there any more security cameras?
There
I
is.
was about to say, are there any traps, anything that I can find?
It doesn't mention traps, but there is a security camera in T. Julian's room.
I'd like to check that.
You'd like to check it. Right. There is, in fact, a man here. The man appears to be in his mid-40s. He has white, short-cut hair. And he is wearing pretty smart clothing, actually. And armor over the clothing.
Is he armed?
He is indeed armed. If you give me a moment, I will tell you what he is armed with, because I've got that written down. He is armed with... He's armed with a pistol, but he is wearing a lot nastier armor than the other people were. He seems to be holding it a lot better as well. There is another man with him.
Oh? Are they talking?
There are a few words being exchanged. There is no audio.
Oh, okay.
The other man is armed with something pretty big.
I see.
You recognize it pretty easily as a rocket launcher.
What?
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
They appear to be waiting.
What, they're looking at the door then?
They're looking at the door. You think they, after all the sounds of shotguns and lasers, that they know someone's coming in. You theorize that there might be more powerful weaponry in the armory if one of them has a rocket launcher.
Yep. Guess where we're going.
Well, gentlemen, we should probably come up with a plan.
Armory.
Well, we're on the, I mean, since we have the map, can we get to the armory without having to go?
You don't have to
past
get.
us?
You don't have to get to them. You can go past them. You're basically there straight, and the armory is right.
Well, I'm just saying that can we go to the armory without them spotting us and starting to shoot?
They won't
at
know us. They won't know it. We're going there.
You don't think they know exactly where you are?
Oh, that's good then. Well, then I'd say that you two should probably head to the armory and get something that we can use to deal with these guys.
Which two?
Well, you and Conrad, because you're the combat guys.
Conrad.
Conrad.
You going to head to the armory?
Yep.
What are the other two going to do?
Well, I'm going to stay on the friggin' computers and...
Yeah, I mentioned Michael to keep us updated, because he can send us messages to our computers, correct?
Yes, he can.
Yeah, so
from here,
I'll stay on the computer.
Yes.
From here, you could just send messages through the computer system to you.
But that reminds me, they're in their own little room, right? Those two guys.
Correct.
Can I lock their door?
Can you lock their door? You can.
Is there a filtration system? There must be a filtration system. We're in an underground facility.
There is a filtration system, but it affects all of the complex. It's not that specific.
I can't turn it off just for that room?
No, you can't. But you could lock their door.
I have an idea, though. I tell E-Man, or what was the first name? Edwin. I tell Edwin and Conrad, when you go to the armory, check if you can find gas masks for all of us and, like, tear gas grenades or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, right. Carry on.
Okay.
We go into the, what was it? There was the storage room first?
There is
the armory.
There is an armory a little beyond. There's a storage room, as a door leading off.
You should head straight for the armory. This is like...
Yeah, we have to go
these
through
guys
the...
decide...
There is a storage room and an armory down that corridor. You don't have to head through one to get to the other.
Okay.
So you can head straight to the armory.
Okay, into the armory you go.
Right. This place is not especially well equipped.
Oh.
But there are weapons. There
Which are?
isn't armor. There's only weapons. Would you like to have a basic route around and find stuff?
Oh, surely we could tell what there is at a glance.
There are guns. You want to have a closer look.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. The first thing you're going to find is that there are snub pistols. There are plenty of snub pistols. There are some auto pistols. There is a body pistol.
Mm-hmm.
One body pistol.
A body pistol, like the skull gun or the
they're manufactured
from Dusk Till
they're
Dawn.
manufactured from plastics and cultured bone, making them in this case plastics, making them difficult to detect using conventional weapons scanners.
Oh, I see.
That's what they are. There
Are they
are
edible?
no.
No.
There are auto rifles. There is an assault rifle. There are shotguns. There are stunners.
Stunners?
They are a kind of non-lethal weapon.
Okay.
Like a stun prod, pretty much.
Okay.
There is a laser carbine.
What's that exactly?
Sort of a shorter and lighter than a rifle.
Okay.
There is also a... Ooh, you're going to like this.
Mm.
There is a rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a high-tech rocket launcher, but there is a rocket launcher. There are 2 rockets. There are also some grenades. The
What, just
interesting
regular
thing you
run-of-the-mill
will
grenades,
like
or-
is that there are stun grenades,
I
as
was about to
Michael had
mention it.
asked for you. There are some stun grenades.
Yep. Can I use these in my grenade launcher?
No.
No.
These are actual grenades rather than grenade ammunition.
Okay. Okay.
There aren't gas masks, but there are grenades.
Okay. So regular grenades and stun grenades, correct?
There are regular grenades, there are stun grenades as well.
Okay.
How did those stun prods work?
Stun prods, basically, when you hit someone with them, they have to make an endurance check with a negative dice modifier equal to the damage. If the endurance check is failed, yep, the character is knocked unconscious.
Is it electrical?
Yes.
Okay, Conrad would like to take 2.
Yep. Right, there you go.
And what's it called? A shotgun.
Shotgun, right? Got it.
Yep, I'm okay with this. I'll take 3 of each of the grenades.
Right.
Conrad goes over to Michael. That room those dudes are in, is the water?
I can check the camera.
No, there isn't.
Damn it.
Good plan.
Question. He can lock the door, correct?
He can lock the door.
I've locked it already.
He can also open the door.
Like, as in, like, make it swing open?
As in, like, go zip and just open.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's great. Well, if we time it right, I can open it, you throw a grenade in, I close it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was my logic, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. That's the plan, I guess.
Good plan.
Okay. Well, who
stun
wants to
grenades
do
or
the
normal
throwing?
grenades?
Well, stun grenades. We don't want to blow up the room. We want to take these guys alive if we can.
Okay.
I would say that Edwin throws the grenade. I close the door, and when I can confirm that they're both knocked out, I open the door, and Conrad and you rush in and take the guys.
Agreed. Okay, sounds planned.
There's something Conrad would like to try first.
You will not say your name to the camera.
No.
What would you like to try first? Is it stick your sword through the door?
No, I'd like to knock on the door and whisper something and see if I can get someone very close to the door and then sap the fucking door from outside. It's probably conducts electricity.
I will tell you that the power is not in the stun prod. In the stunner is not enough to make that work through the door.
I will also tell you that
Shit
is a dumb plan for dumb people.
You
without
could
insurance.
open the door and hit him, but of course they are waiting with a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
So it's a good plan, though. They're actually quite good weapons for you, stunners.
They're all right.
Yeah. So what's the plan? Is it open
Kinda
the door,
cunty, though.
throw a grenade in, and then shut the door?
Yep, I
That would
suppose
be the
that'll...
best thing to do, and then rush in and take them out while they're stunned.
You mentioned they're waiting, so... So if I throw the grenade in...
But
and
what
then
else
close
is
it,
in,
will they have time
what
to
else
react?
is in the room, Kiko?
That they're in?
Well, describe the room to me.
Okay,
please.
it's a smallish rectangular room. It
Yes.
has a table, which they've
Yes.
overturned.
Yes.
There is a bed.
Yes.
There's a desk. The desk has been overturned. There's a chair. There's a mirror. What looks like a small adjoining room to a toilet.
Is there a computer in the room? There must be a computer in the room. That's the guy's like office.
They have
or...
He has a small handheld computer. There isn't a big one.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is that handheld computer? It's probably connected to the network of the facility, right?
if it's on, yes.
Can I check it if I can find that computer in the network?
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to check if it's on. It is on.
Okay, so I found it in the network, right?
It's there. It's logged in.
Can I send just a loud audio file to the computer that plays, like a really, really loud one that plays, so that I basically use it to distract them as we open the door and then throw it in? Because otherwise they will be looking at the door and the door opens and they can just shoot. But if I distract them a second beforehand, they will just look at the computer instead of, firing the fucking rocket launcher or whatever. Computer check?
You can try, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how big is the room, by the way?
I rolled an 8, so plus 3 is an 11, plus 1 is a 12.
You could do it. If both of them will turn is another question, but you could definitely do it.
Yeah, but basically just a super loud, kind of shriek, garbled audio.
Yeah, you could send some white noise over there.
Loud, we're talking.
Yes,
loud.
you can make it loud.
All right, so I would say that is the plan then.
Okay.
Okay, good plan. So, shall we...
What is Galen doing?
I've just been standing around just letting you get on with it.
Just being diplomatic.
Sitting
Let's
there,
let it.
drinking a tea.
I haven't.
He lets the help get their hands dirty.
I haven't had any input, so.
Kiko, you mentioned that we have to go through the quarters to get to their room, yes?
There are quarters. They're not actually. There's another corridor.
Oh.
Like straight on that corridor, like the door at the end of the corridor, straight ahead of you is this T. Julian, and to the left there are other quarters.
Okay. Right.
You pulling this off or what?
Quick question. Conard, will you be throwing a grenade as well, or will it just be me?
You do it.
Yeah, I think
Dalton,
one
2
is
grenades
enough.
just in case.
I can tell you throwing 2 grenades will be harder than throwing 1.
I know, but me throwing one and him throwing one.
Well, I think 1 grenade is
One of us
enough
need
knock
to
them out.
open and close the door quickly while the other guy tosses, because it's a small
me.
room and they're probably not retarded enough to find a lock.
Michael is
I'm
going to
opening,
remotely
closing
open the door.
remotely.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I'll tell you what. You have the shotgun ready, and I shall throw the grenade.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Right.
Right, you ready?
How long is the corridor out and we're in from the room?
How far is the
How's that
corridor?
possible?
That is a
Yeah,
good question.
Because you guys have to rush in and get them while they're stunned. You have to
Rocket
get them.
either hits the fucking door and probably does us in if we close it fast enough, or it goes down the hall and hits the end of the hall.
The corridor is about 15 meters long.
Okay.
That was a little sprint. But like I said, I'll immediately close the door once the grenade's in.
Can you put the door on manual so we can just open it a little and throw it in? Because if
The
it opens
door-
completely, they might just
The
fire.
door will open either all or not at all.
Yeah, we're doing it like this. I will play the noise. Ollie froze. While the grenade is in midair, I open the door, the grenade comes in, I immediately close the door.
Okay. I'd like to stand... How far away should I say? About 7 meters away?
Depends on you, mate.
Anyway, stand about 5 meters away. 5-7 meters away, and crouch down, getting ready to throw.
Okay.
Okay, everybody ready? So
Yep.
Kiko,
Yep.
like, just so you know again how we're doing it,
Yep.
I play the noise.
Play the noise.
Like about a second later or so, I give the signal to Ollie. I play the noise. He froze. I open the door while the grenade is in midair. The grenade goes through the door. I close the door. The grenade goes off. If I then check if they're stunned properly, I then open the door and tell Conrad and Edwin to rush in.
Okay.
As a side note, all this planning is going to cock up royally, isn't it?
Oh, who knows, man? It's a decent plan.
It's a
best
decent
shot.
plan.
I mean, to be fair, it's a
Right.
really good plan to take out such an entrenched position. Like,
Yeah.
they're sitting there, they're going like, what do you want to do? Like, there's nothing you can do.
So,
Anyway.
okay. Plan is initiated.
Yes.
You send over the noise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As you send over the noise,
Mm-hmm.
the guy with the pistol turns.
Not the guy with the rock.
Not the guy with the rocket, and he goes over to the machine, to the computer. The guy with the
Okay.
rocket isn't.
Well, he doesn't have to go over, but does he at least like look back?
No. The guy with the rocket. The guy
Guy's
with
a
the
fucking cyborg, I
the
swear.
guy with the rocket is not looking.
Anyway, well, we're in the middle of the plan.
Yep, you're in the middle of the plan.
Okay, well, so I told Edwin, so Edwin froze.
Edwin
Yeah.
throws. Make me
Right.
a ranged throw check. This is a. I'd like you to make me a strength check. 2d6 plus your strength.
Strength, there's no plus or minus. I don't actually have that skill, so it's a -3, I believe.
I don't think thrown is thrown is. I'm not sure if there's a skill for thrown. I
think
tried to
throwing
look. I tried to
is-
look for it, but there
is-
isn't one there.
I haven't heard anything about a throwing skill.
Yeah, I
So
looked.
just like a physical feat.
There's like. Could be an athletics. Unlikely though.
Yeah, it's just a
Okay.
physical.
I'm just gonna let it be a throw for this one. It's not gonna be
Okay, rolled a 10.
Rolled a 10. Right, you throw the grenade. He's thrown
Okay.
the grenade.
I open the door.
You open the door.
At this point, I'd like to go prone.
Good decision. You open the door. He goes prone. Good call, because the guy with the rocket fires when the door opens.
He just fires immediately.
He just fires. He doesn't
Okay.
appear to be aiming anywhere. He's just firing.
Okay. Does the grenade make it past the door as he fires, or?
Yes, it's sort of an exchange. One
I
goes in
close-
as the other
okay,
goes out.
I see. I close the door immediately.
Okay, go on.
But before anything else happens, I'd like to. Where the fuck is Conrad? Because
Where
he
is
was not
Conrad?
throwing. He was not opening the
Where
door.
did you put
so
Conrad?
why would he be there?
You didn't say anything. You probably were at like the entrance to the hallway.
Where did you put Conrad?
Maybe Konar's still back with you guys.
I would say, well, Ollie's halfway down the corridor, right?
Yeah, so you're probably at the start of the corridor, right?
Yeah, Konar's probably right beside the door, sort of pushing himself up against the wall.
I get it, like holding yourself like in the small gap between where the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So let's see if you get hit by the missile. Let's hope not. Okay. So the grenade goes in, the rocket comes out. You can shut the door at this point.
Yep.
Well, the door is shut.
The door is now shut.
I shut it. Like I said, the moment the grenade is in, I shut it so that, the two of them don't get affected by the grenade.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, the rocket.
Oh god, here we go.
I'm going to roll for where the rocket actually... Where are you, Yayland?
I'm still in the room with the two. I'm still like upstairs with Clyker. Yeah.
Yeah, with me. Yeah.
You're still in that room with Clyker, right?
The rocket goes around 3 corners and hits both Yayland and me in the face. We're dead.
The rocket.
One of those fucking things.
Basically, you going prone was a very good idea, Edwin, because you got very close to being hit by another explosion.
For fuck's sake, what is it with me and explosion?
You dive to the ground and the rocket shoots over you as it's an unguided missile. And basically hits, that table?
Yeah.
It hits that. There is damage dealt, but not to any of you, fortunately. Okay. Right, there is an explosion!
Okay. Like from the rocket?
From the rocket, in the room that the main, meeting room. And I'm now going to roll for the stun grenade. Okay. The guy with the rocket starts coughing and spluttering and just goes flat out.
Guy with the pistol?
The guy with the pistol doesn't. The guy with
nothing happened to him.
The guy with the pistol goes for a rag and holds it to his face and doesn't go out.
When you said stun grenades, I thought these are kind of flashbangs or whatever. Is this a gas grenade?
Well, they're not non-lethal grenades.
Yeah, but I thought it's like a flashbang that it explodes and it does it knocks people out or something like that. So it's a gas grenade.
It has a 6-meter blast radius of sort of basically knock people unconscious grenade.
Okay.
So basically it's actually it's more like a knockout or not.
Oh, I see.
So it knocks out the guy with the... He doesn't actually get the rag, that's my mistake. It knocks out the guy with the rocket flat out. It doesn't knock out the other guy.
Right.
The fact that he actually moved over to the little handheld computer...
God damn it.
He's still up and about, and he has wheeled around to see...
Okay, well
this has happened. But he's by himself now.
Is there smoke and so on in the room?
There is some smoke.
Okay, I relay the situation to Conrad and Edwin.
I go up towards the doors. I'm basically outside it, kneel down, and I message back to Clyker to tell me where he is in the room in comparison to the door, so I know where he is, and tell him to open it when I'm ready.
He's by the bed.
Yeah, I relay the exact position of where he is to Edwin and Conrad.
So how far away from the door is he? About a couple meters?
Just a couple meters.
Okay. I motion for Conrad to come over as well.
Conrad is right by the door already.
Conrad.
Okay, I send a message to open the door and get my shotgun ready for where the man is meant to be.
Okay. I count down from 3, and on 0, basically, I open the door.
You open the door.
As soon as it opens, I wish to fire upon the man.
Okay, you go into the room and catch him by surprise.
Do we initiative, or do we just...
This is the first actions.
Okay.
If he's still standing at the end of that, you can have your initiative. Roll, who... Actually, I want you to roll initiative between the two of you to see who goes first.
Oh, by the way, I want to tell Edwin and Conrad to try and take the man alive if they can.
Yeah.
Okay, roll initiative between the two of you.
What, me and Conrad?
Yes, I want to see which one of you two goes first in this little surprise
D2
bit.
plus what?
Your dex.
D2. Oh, D2 plus dex. Okay, 10.
9 plus 1, 10.
Which one of you has the highest dex modifier?
He does.
Plus 1.
Then you have plus 0.
Mm-hmm.
He goes slightly before you, so it's you to
yeah.
go first, Conard.
Conrad would like to take both stun rods and shove them into the guy's eyes.
Well, he's certainly taking him alive.
Okay, basically make me a... What is the stun rod skill? Right, you have melee everything, don't you?
Yeah.
So,
I could, in fact, pick up Edwin and beat him with him.
Please, no.
No, melee blade, actually.
The stun stick, as it's called here, is a melee bludgeon. So
That's
roll
fine.
me 2d6 plus your strength plus nothing, because you have melee nothing, don't you? A melee blade 4.
9 plus 2, 11 again.
11! Right, you hit. Roll me damage, it's 1d6.
What, for both?
Just, okay, 1d6 plus 2, because he's using 2 of them, dramatically.
Plus 2 for flair.
Plus 2 for style.
What, plus 1? I rolled 5.
So it's plus 2, so it's 7.
Okay.
So he has to make a endurance check with a negative dice modifier equal to the damage after armor is subtracted. He is wearing armor.
In his eyes?
He has goggles.
Contacts.
He has goggles.
Oh.
But he does. However, that's not enough to save him.
Flat out.
Just goes down. Just totally down. You've knocked him. You've incapacitated him.
What a cunt.
He is incapacitated.
One thing though, so he's out, yeah?
They're both out.
Okay. I'm sour at the man for shooting a fucking rocket. I wish to shoot him in the head.
Okay.
Well, it's not the man we're looking for, is it? It's just another...
Is he
flunky.
the man you're looking for?
We're not looking for anyone. We came down here because of a soil sample.
Oh, okay, well...
You
I
don't
refrain
know
from-
which one is T. Juliet.
Okay, I wish to refrain from my action at the moment then.
Okay, you were like, which one of you is Juliet? I am him. You shoot the other one.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, at that point, yeah, okay, tie the fuckers up then.
Right,
So,
you have got yourselves some prisoners. I must inform you that the 2 people in the main room, if they were alive, are not anymore after the rocket hit that room. There are bits of them in places.
oh, that means the man I sat in the chair's now in
The man you sat in the chair is okay.
Oh, okay.
Important question. Is my bucket still standing?
Yes.
You're perched on it.
Right, there you are. So you have 1, 2, 3 alive people. 2 of them are incapacitated. 1 of them is wounded and unconscious.
Right, in that case,
Let's make a man pile.
you mentioned he had his hand computer, yeah?
There is a hand computer.
Okay. Can we look for the stuff we were looking for? The what's it called? Data for Henningham.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It is not hard. I'm not going to ask you to make a computer check, because it's a basic computer terminal. There is, in fact, the information that he stole from Henningham's computer systems.
What is the data?
It is encrypted.
Ah, shit. Can we unencrypt it?
You can't, probably.
Probably
I
not.
imagine Michael can.
Okay. Is there anything else in this room then?
Could if he felt like it.
There is other stuff in the room as well, actually.
Such
Yes. There is a bar of gold.
I'll take that, thank you.
There is a bar of gold under the man's pillow. It's not hard to find.
Okay.
Searching around, you also find 1,000 credits in cash.
Yep, thank you.
You also find 2 more rockets for the rocket launcher.
Ouch.
Bar of gold. Thank you. Can we take the man's armor? Or is the armor buggered up in any way?
The armor's not. No, it's cloth armor, pretty much.
Ah, it's basically what I have then.
It's basically what you have. Yeah.
Would it fit either Michael or
No.
No,
It's not really going to fit you guys without being resized. It's tech level 10 cloth.
Is that better than mine then?
Well, how much armor does yours confer?
6, I believe.
I think yours will confer 5.
Oh, no, yeah, my cloth armor's tech level 10.
Yeah, it's exactly the same tech level as yours. It confers 5 points of armor.
Okay.
So what are you going to do now that you have these people?
Make a man pile.
Yes. No. I think we should actually inform the authorities about this.
This is a good idea.
Should we know? We just went in here and killed a bunch of dudes. I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
Self-defense.
How do you start that? Hello, officers. We were flying to this planet and we dropped a car on a ship and then we landed and stabbed a dude through some glass and then we.
No, we stabbed the dude first. That's important.
Then we dropped the car first. Then we stabbed a dude. Then we shot a dude. Then
we blew up more dudes.
Then we stabilized the dude. Then we threw the dude down the stairs. And then we
had a man fire a rocket at us.
Then we broke a guy's arm. And then we blew him up with a rocket accidentally.
No, we didn't blow him. He did.
I'm not sure this would stand up in court, and I want separate lawyers.
No, what we do is we send an anonymous tip to the police as we're flying
Imagine the best part of it going, I object to the fact that they fired rockets at us. What, after you invaded their facility and killed some of them and shot them? Yes!
The door was open. Eventually.
We just walked in. No,
Okay, what's the plan?
So, I've checked their pockets and shit.
Yes, there's nothing really valuable otherwise.
I've got the gold and the...
You've got the gold.
money, yeah.
You've got the gold.
Yes. Delicious gold. No, I honestly stand by what we say. We should phone the police about, or mention it to the police that there was a smuggling ring.
You could easily contact the authorities from here, Michael, if you wanted to.
No.
Oh.
Do I want to? Should I?
Well, if it is an actual pirate ring,
that's true.
We might get money.
You might get rewarded.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
I call the authorities.
You call the authorities.
I also call my insurance to tell them what happened.
Okay. You call the authorities first. Yes. What are you saying to them?
I arrive back and I explain the situation, that we were following in murder of a colleague of ours. Led us here. We found a pirate ring hosted by a man called T. Julian.
One murder led to another.
Yeah, and
and I got shot.
We currently have 3 men in custody.
Just imagine Michael going, and I got shot.
Yeah.
They tell you to remain where you are, and that they shall send some. They will send people over shortly.
Okay.
Should we not interrogate the dudes before?
They're still unconscious.
They're still unconscious.
We can sort that. Can I medical the one that's least fucked conscious?
You could.
Choose the one that's most fucked.
No, he's less likely to wake up.
You have a medical kit. Try it. Medic.
Medic.
Wait, who?
He's tied up though, yeah?
Which one are you doing this on? The one with the white hair, the one that had the rocket launcher, or the one unconscious on the chair?
White hair. I vote white hair.
And who are we talking about?
That he wants to wake one of the people up to interrogate them.
Oh. And not the guy from the ship, right?
No.
Not the guy from the ship.
Okay.
A
Can I go
white-haired
over to the guy
guy
to the
No,
guy in
you
the ship?
can't.
Okay, fine. Jeez.
What?
I look at Michael. You stay right there, mister.
No, he's
Did say- did
stare
say
thrower. So 2d6 plus
Medic.
medic. 9.
You wake him up.
He's all properly tied though, yeah?
Who
Like,
said-
we mentioned that we tied them up earlier.
Yes,
so
you did. He is in fact tied up. He does wake up eventually. He is angry.
I hold my
Conard.
shotgun. I make sure to level my shotgun so that, and mention, if he makes a single movement, he loses his brains.
Who are you?
We should meet Batman. Well, he's Batman. You're Mr. T. Julian, correct?
Who are you?
Is this the guy with the
Everyone
broken
asks me
arm?
questions.
Still Batman.
Is this the guy with the broken arm?
No. The guy with the broken arm is dead.
Oh,
I mentioned to the man, we're associates of someone you killed. We're not exactly very happy about this.
Killed a lot of people. That doesn't narrow it down.
Does not meant to be narrowed down. The point is, you killed someone that wasn't meant to be killed.
may Conrad roll his strength?
What is he trying to do?
He would like to pick up one of the dead dudes and crush his skull in front of the dude.
Make me a strength check, please.
Oh, this is going to be
10.
Fail it.
You don't crush Skull, but you do.
Does something ooze out?
You hear a crack.
You hear a cracking.
Through lots of grunting.
He is. You're like. And he is shaken slightly.
I nod my head towards Conrad. That's going to be you if you don't start being a
Conrad,
bit civil.
Tosses
Civil-
corpse, goes behind Guy, puts hands on both sides of his head, and just while he talks to Edwin, and just stays there.
Civil with what?
Well, question. Did you know a man called Henningham?
No.
Well, you have his data here on his ship.
I have a man's data. I have a few people's data.
Easy.
I grin slightly at the dark humour and say, so, why did you kill him?
Because he had a ship. And he probably had something valuable on it.
What did he have on his ship?
Sod all. Except data.
Ask him about the crate in the cargo bay.
Oh, yeah, there was a crate in his cargo bay. It was empty. Why?
Because one of my dudes was in it.
And what was in it?
One of my dudes.
Wait, as in a man of yours was hidden in the crate?
Yes.
Squeezy.
Why would one of your people be hidden in a crate on someone's ship?
Because
To kidnap it.
Because he was acting jittery, paranoid, and that he had something to hide. Something expensive, we wagered. So I hid one of my guys on a cargo crate and pulled a few strings so that he'd think it was some different cargo, and it was actually one of my people. Middle of the voyage, guy pops out, blasts his brains out.
So what happened to the original piece of cargo?
I don't know, it was like materials, I think. Wasn't anything valuable.
And you wouldn't have it here?
You've been through my entire facility. Did you find anything particularly valuable?
No, we haven't been through all of it yet. There's still places we haven't
Well, you're
looked
welcome
for.
to search the mines. I think as if you keep going, you might make it a few days before you die.
I sigh and say, Conrad, how hard can you crush his head?
Let's see. That's 9 plus 2, 11.
No, we do not crush his head.
Well, you...
No,
Conan does
you've
not
already
understand.
told him to do it, so he's
Yes.
doing it.
Yeah.
Also, I have melee unarmed. Can I add that?
Yeah.
He it hurts, but you don't necessarily kill him.
Of course, yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, well, we shall leave him for now until the police... I don't think there's really anything we can get out of him.
Okay, so you wait. About an hour later, the facility has armed soldiers enter. They are military, and there is police with them.
I salute.
You salute. They basically ask for an account of the events that occurred.
I explain that we were finding the murderers of an accomplice, led us here. Door was open, and we were instantly assaulted.
Door was open.
We approached the door and were instantly assaulted by the pirates.
They check the camera logs.
There aren't any camera logs.
Yes, there were. There was a camera on the outside.
Yeah, but it got blown up.
Yeah, but the information it fed. They watch that bit, and then they watch what you got. Then they watch the other camera feed from the other bit. They look slightly unconvinced. You were instantly assaulted.
When we entered, and then they noticed us, and they continued fighting.
And yet this one shows people barricaded in defence.
Yes.
That's not the attitude of people who assault.
They were not the ones doing the assaulted, the other people who we killed are.
He still looks slightly incredulous at you.
Conrad brings the tattoo of the guy. Just a tattoo.
Well,
He
they're
has
not.
a sword.
We're not doubting that they are indeed criminals. They are criminals. I'm just ascertaining the modus operandi of your independent investigation.
Well, we can put you through to our colleague of ours who was the reason we were looking for our friend.
Yes. May Conrad call him?
What happened to that guy? They're pointing to the man on the table, or on the chair that is unconscious.
But knocked out.
I point towards Michael. He shot him. We shot back.
Did we? Oh yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yes.
Did we put him
Well,
on the
what
chair? I
happened
thought we
is
left
that
him in the pub.
what happened is that he insisted that you guys stop. Michael didn't stop, and then
Yeah,
he
but he
shot
doesn't do that.
Michael. Yeah, but that's what actually happened. Is what, for clarification, out of character.
But he's still unconscious, so he can't say.
He is still unconscious.
So I just mentioned.
Shot the man
When
my
as we were in,
shoulder, though. I got
he
shot.
shot. Yeah, I mentioned he shot Michael. We shot back. I felt bad about nearly killing him, so we brought him in.
Right.
Who is that guy?
Put some notes. Starts tapping into a computer terminal.
Who is that guy that shot me anyway?
Thug.
You know yet?
This is where we find
He's
Oh,
Thug 2.
a policeman. or
He's no
something.
one we know specifically. The only man we know specifically is Terry Julian there.
Does he have a bounty on his head?
He doesn't anymore, now that you have claimed it.
How much was it?
It was 1,000 credits.
Ah, fantastic.
That's
Not a lot, is what you're thinking.
Was it more alive or dead?
It was exactly the same either way.
Am I allowed
well
to
done. Pulls out pistol, shoots him in the head. It's like,
shoot? No, as much as it's tempting, I wouldn't. I motioned to the other two, the unconscious men. Do we get anything for these two, or?
You don't know.
Hmm.
I thought you guys here were to investigate, not bounty hunt.
Extra money on the side is never a bad thing.
He frowns a little.
always want to make sure you have some extra insurance.
Conrad would like to use his carousel skill to lighten the mood.
Mood is instantly lightened.
I must inform you the carouse skill has little use in this situation.
God damn it.
The general investigation takes about another hour. It is
Okay.
at this point that the wounded are taken away
Of course.
to be treated and then questioned. The incapacitated are just taken away. So basically one person is taken away wounded and two people are taken away to be questioned. You are informed that you might be contacted at some point if you are needed for questioning, but for now you are free to go.
Fantastic. I assume we go back to the ship.
I assume we stop at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good shout.
The last thing that I will say that you do notice before you go, before the session ends, is that on the computer system, Michael, there is some information that is of particular interest to you.
In what way?
With Henningham, yeah?
Not concerning Henningham, but
Oh.
concerning Terry and what he's been up to.
I see.
You notice that he, one of the things that he's been doing is he's been involved with another group of pirates. The information is a bit scant and sketchy, and they appear to be searching for something.
Mm-hmm.
You think that the data's slightly encrypted, but if you were to take it back to the ship and de-encrypt it, I think you'd need the ship's de-encryptor rather than your own personal one. You would be able to ascertain what exactly they've been searching for.
Sounds good. I'll
Okay.
copy the data over.
You also know Yayland.
Yarp.
You know that while the bounty that is initially handed out at these sort of things tends to be small, depending upon how people are processed and charged, bounties can, like secondary bounties, can be awarded, depending upon how many crimes they've committed and what they're eventually charged with. So although the initial bounty is small, you could get more. You just need to wait for the due process to go through.
Okay.
Right,
So
yeah.
at the end, we pick up the data and start.
And you
towards
pick up
ship.
the data and you start heading off towards your ship.
So we have two sets of data to de-encrypt.
You do. You have
One from
this,
Henningham and one from Terry Julian's personal file.
and the one on your ship to
Yeah,
begin
that's safe.
with.
And the
There's
one,
still that stuff on the
yes.
ship. Yes.
A lot of de-encrypting.
Right.
Indeed, you travelled. A small distance into a complex, but you did travel. And nobody died.
Yay! I nearly got blown up.
I was a hero with a bucket.
The bucket.
That bucket was the main player, son.
Yeah, I should have grabbed the mop before we
Should
left.
have cut them off. Like, yeah! A regular
Custodian of the galaxy.
a regular Roger Wilco you'll be.
Fuck.
So, I'm Kikoskia, and that was Traveller.
Tibian.
And this is
Chaos.
the...
Thank you very much.
Catch you guys later. See you then.
Bye.
Later.
Dead.